So, pistol round. Okay, we are less than 20,000 followers away from that 500k, so make sure you hit the follow button, guys. But
500,000.
into the pistol, indeed, something to marvel at. How far we've come, Dan, you and I. The fact we're not banned from the internet yet is something in itself. So let's see. Guardian's gun will have been exposed there. Jacob knows he's close, but where? Where exactly is he? He smells blood, and he finds it. Guardian's head getting taken off. No helmets in the pistol round, Dan.
Indeed. Now we have Zeus in trouble. Has to back away, but he's got no position to fall back to. And sees all he can do is try to punish, to try and hold down short, and he's doing so quite effectively. And there's nobody splitting or wrapping from apartments to really punish him either. So this is turning out not too terribly for NaVi. They're 2 against 3, of course, but then the bomb will go down. But they've given themselves a chance in this one, and I like the movement here from LGB. They've moved a couple players into CT spawn with the bomb easily coverable from there. Ollie's going to actually win the 1-on-1 against Cease, so winning that 1-on-1 will put Flamey in a very nasty predicament. How does he attack this situation? Polly's not really showing himself, so Flamey. Ooh, fast frag there, finds the next player. Polly taking a lot of damage, but Rubino comes in just the right timing to get the frag. So LGB going to have themselves a nice advantage now moving into the match. And we're going to see big pop-up pump from Edward.
Big pop-up pump. I recently acquired a StatTrak Antique Nova, which I'm very happy with. I used that StatTrak thing to even transfer my kills from the Tempest, which I have now disposed of that. I've upgraded. But let's see if it gets put to use. We've got the train coming in to the B site here from LGB. Scouts putting in some damage there. The nade to follow up as well. Nice combination. And this is looking like a complete slaughter for NaVi. There it is. Big Papa Pump finding the frag onto PRB. Only Rubino remains. How much can he do? He has the AK. There's one frag. There's a second one. Very fast, jumping shotgun shells. His chest is going to be riddled.
I just want to say that LGB didn't get out of the B apartments. NaVi had a 4-man buy setup on B. And somehow, LGB killed almost everyone on the entire team for NaVi, even though they didn't get even onto the bomb site. That's actually ridiculous. That should never happen. But only Edward with his big popper pump was remaining. So that's devastating. LGB, once again, they do so much damage inexplicably on these pistol buy-ups. And now they're going to go for a set play towards the A bomb site. They've got some grenades and Tech 9 armor to work with. They are playing the pressure game. Now, can NaVi hold it?
Considering the scout and follow-up nade as well, the fact they did so much was very impressive indeed. Good observation, Dan. So, got Zeus trying to peek over the smoke there. Not Zeus, actually. The person in CT spawn. And that's going to be a much cleaner round. In fact, it's a complete clean sheet for NaVi. So, good recovery following the carnage, the collateral damage in the previous round. So LGB going to be on the eco, looking to get their buy-in next round. We'll see if they can get a plant here. Are they going to go for a short push? Guardian with a perfectly timed nade. How much damage will he do? Rubino has left the building, blasted into space. Rain, Jacob remaining. Not much helping them. 40 between them. Another cleanup here. Only Guardian falling. Zeus will try to grab his M4, but won't get there in time. So very short pause here. Rubino is due on his way back. Man, that nade hurts. PRB's avatar is like the scariest thing in matchmaking.
Why?
Which is why you should play on Faceit. 128 tick, free to play. Win skins, points, everything. Faceit.com. Boom.
Also, we've got VIP nights on the weekends.
Ah, yes. That is a very good point, Dan. So in every territory where there is Faceit CSGO, you can win flights to our finals. Last time we had a guy from North America. We flew him over to our finals in Milan. He was sitting on the stage watching the finals. That could be you. Look out for that information. It's on Faceit.com right now.
Well, we've got a really fast push here from Rain. No nades. Looking for the entry. This is what I love to do when I'm playing. Just walk in, get frags, be a boss. But he's unable to walk in, get frags, or be a boss, as nothing results apart from that area getting smoked off. And LGB still with an opening to find. And they've still got 2 players towards top middle. And also underpass, so they could feasibly take Connector if they get a good nade in there for JChem to entry his way in. And that would allow a nice push onto A, which is what they want right now. But they need to get that Connector push going right about now because it looks like they want to move in. There's 4 players here already for NaVi, so NaVi are well geared to defend this, even nading up and stopping the player on Palace, really getting out, but the frags are going the way. Rain, Polly, and JChem coming into play to put Seized all alone for NaVi, and he's got himself an MP7. I would not like to be this guy right now.
He's got armor to save as well. He's got a lot of kit here, actually. You can see he's carrying $4,300 of bits and bobs, Dan. Bits and bobs, family China. And he does not want any marks on those plates, so he will do his best to save. Versus the 4 of LGB. Good start for them. LGB, a team who do say that their T side is their favorite side. That said, they are playing with a stand-in for the time being. But Makalele hadn't been there for that long anyway. So I do wonder how much they had been able to absorb him into their ways.
Absorb him.
Absorb him like in at the end of Akira, where he's just exploding and just, you know, whatever, I don't know.
You what, mate?
Yes, indeed. I had an espresso, Dan. I don't know what's going on. I've lost control of almost all faculties.
Hopefully you can retain control of the ones
Yes,
that
Dan.
count.
Yes. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. You'll be the first to know if I don't.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we are going to have the buy up here from LGB, and Aziz, ooh, that's a great grenade actually. Look at the damage that LGB have received at the start of the round. Only 20 seconds have passed, and almost all of them are 50 health or below. That's insane. Only Rubino seems to be untouched at the moment, and Guardian is surely looking for some frags from short here soon enough. He might be able to find them as LGB slowly work their way up to middle. Guardian might even want to peek out very soon. He's walking backwards and forwards there, going to find himself on the angle, but PRB is going to put a bullet straight between his eyes. And now they actually have an advantage, although that said, they're still very low, and that could really be the issue. But we will see momentarily as they are still waiting for a further response from NaVi. However, they have that man advantage, so they now all they have to do is just play against the rotation that they forced. They should understand that there's 2 to a side. They've spotted a few of the players already, so they are going to go for that B play. So a lot of this is going to be on Zeus.
Got Rubino running distraction on the A side as well. And LGB, while there are no nades on it NaVi, they had to fear the nades because if they all get caught together, that could be 4 people dying from 1 nade. But the frag's coming in. There's only Flamey now versus 3. Looks like he's going to try and get an early frag, see if anything can be done here. Maybe he's changed his mind. Could be just going for an aggressive position before they try to hunt him down so he can have a better offense / defense. As it is a bit of both. But ends up being 3-3 here. So NaVi with everything to win and LGB with nothing to lose. So that smoke. There are variations to that smoke. Some leave a gap just to the right so you can see people who are in the CPL area, but Guardian is in the connector area.
Money troubles here for NaVi. They need to win this force up. Ooh, nice frag there from Zeus. Picks himself up a weapon, but more importantly, he can keep himself alive in a flanking position as LGB want to move up onto the bomb site. They realize that this is going to be very troublesome, but Rain, regardless, somehow gets a frag as he moves through the smoke. But still, there is a player towards Shadow at the moment. In Zeus, he's dropped down, and LGB picking up the entries. Somehow, some way, they are forcing their way through NaVi's defense on A, and they are going to arrive at a bomb plant momentarily as it's all on Seized. And honestly, it's a pretty rough situation for him again.
Yeah, this is, well, he's in a stronger position than Flamey was in his situation. He was further away, but C's still not going to go for it. Going to try and survive. And just a quick note. See if we find a second frag. Ooh, almost close, but no cigar. Cigar's bad for your health anyway. In the shadow area, if you're a CT trying to defend and Ts are pushing a slope and they're jumping up the boxes, if you jump onto the bricks, you can see through the wooden panel just below the top of the shadow platform and shoot the Ts through the gap. And often the Ts don't check that, so you can get a sneaky kill or 2, especially if you have a silenced Den 4.
I'm kind of surprised that Zeus dropped out of the of Palace as well, though, to Shadow, because if he had stayed in a deeper angle there, it's really hard. They can't clear it, and he continually generates that threat on their retake. They have to keep looking at it. So
credit to them, though. The way he came out, they threw a Molotov to the front of Slope, and he threw a flash out, which allowed him to get out safely, which was a nice little touch. Doesn't manage to find a frag onto Polly there, trying to play the blind spots. NaVi one-man disadvantage now. Guardian evening things up 2 versus 2, but it's only Edward with an AK, and he is very out of position indeed. The advantage is they have no idea where he's coming from if he starts to walk at the right time. Only the AK to lose. He may go for this. Absolutely makes sense in this situation.
a nice round here from LGB. Edward coming in from the back though. He's got no kit, no armor, but he's got an AK and he's gripping it tight. Here he goes. He's going to find Rubino. And he knows where the second player is. Wow, he's spraying through the floor. Oh, it's the battle of the wall bangs, but he's going to drop off. And PRB gets the spray. He's on 22 health. Edward nearly pulled it off. And that's a lot of damage to receive on LGB's front as well. So, although that said, PRB is, he's got a lot of cash at the moment. He's hoarding all of it, or holding all the gold at the moment.
LGB with 5 of 8 rounds on the board on the T side versus NaVi. Very dangerous team on Mirage. This is a very good start indeed for them. They have all the AKs versus the AWP and accompanying weapons for NaVi. See where the initial frags come in. Looks like they might go for a pop flash through Palace with the remaining 2 players coming from Slope. Are NaVi prepared for it, however? They've got 2 people on the A site. They could potentially play the retake. Zeus could do a lot of damage here. Straight in the face of Rubino. Heavily tagged on the second player as well. He sees that there are 2 more in Palace. The rotation coming in. Look at the flank from NaVi. Through T-spawn is Edward going. Guardian making a show of it as well. Getting a nice frag there. Flamey going down. But only PRB remains.
Yeah, it's a great hold this time from NaVi. LG perhaps thinking, hey, you know, last time we completely crushed them on an A push. Hey, they even knew us coming. We still destroyed them. Let's try it again, but this time Zeus, he really kicked things off very well on Palace, and that gave them the edge they needed. And Guardian got in position quickly as well. So LGB, they got shut down. It's a play that they needed to try again. If it's something they could exploit, then they should keep exploiting it. But NaVi saying, hey, that's not going to work 2 times in a row. And now they got Zeus pushed up on middle. That's a great grenade.
Oh,
good damage to PRB. Wow, he's going to finish him off as well. Ruthless play from Zeus and no punish from LGB.
Zeus's plays, I think, go often unnoticed by people who observe the game. He really does lots of dangerous things for NaVi and does them well. That said, it's LGB who have a slight advantage here with the time on their side as well. Oh, Flamey getting shot through double boxes to 17 HP. It's not every day you see that much damage done from that angle, but very nicely done by LGB. 6-4, and you have to start to possibly favor them in this match if they keep getting these T rounds. Problem is, though, as good as they are on the first half, they may end up being weak on the second. This should be their stronger half.
Absolutely. And NaVi, they've got the AWP rolling in on Guardian. Glass cannon again.
Wow.
Oh no, Guardian goes down immediately. He was the real power to the punch of NaVi. Edward coming in quickly though from short, unable to pick up a frag. 2-on-1 here on Slope. Can't get that player either. NaVi in this round really struggling to get any luck going their way, and it's going to be LGB who have got some map control at the moment. They have middle, they've taken it away from NaVi. But what are they going to do with it? They've got the bomb moving towards B right now, and B should be clean. But Edward is coming in some frags. They are putting the fight back into middle on NaVi.
Okay, too many angles for Rain to deal with, and Flamey using the wall to his advantage, just tapping him there with multiple shots from the 5-7. Going to have easier time controlling his recoil with the taps of the pistol. This nade, not going to find anyone. 3 versus 3 retake here for NaVi. Let's look at the positions. They've got 2 people in the apps. Zeus, okay, is he heading to short or are they saving? They're moving away from the site, in fact. So there we go. Flamey's picked up an AWP, and Seas is close to the site. It's going to take down Polly, and that may slow down the exit from LGB. So NaVi saving 3 weapons, at least for now, as we head into round 12. So LGB with another round on the board. They are racking up these rounds.
Absolutely, it's starting to really come back towards them. And NaVi, they saved some weapons though, and Flamey picked up the AWP. So that, honestly, that's a really nice situation for NaVi despite losing the round. Guardian can get himself up on the AWP again, and but you know, hopefully find a more consistent way to make impact with the AWP, because last round he got removed straight away, and that's something they cannot afford to really happen. Now, it also depends on how hardcore LGB want to contest middle, but that said, this round they're looking for a fast pace towards the B bomb site, and that could really throw NaVi off. But where is Guardian? He has made his foray onto short a few times before, but he's going to be on middle again this time, and they spotted, I think, the push coming into B. Polly with a nice entry. Cease goes down straight away. Edward, can he get anything to slow them down? In go the nades, and Edward goes down. There's Polly with the plant towards short, and LGB are wrecking them now. 4 rounds for NaVi. It could stay that way for quite some time if LGB keep this going.
Yeah, this is not looking good, and once again, the remaining players are on the retreat here. This time, there's no AWP to save. Flamey with the FAMAS instead of the AWP as he had in the previous situation. He will hear Polly looking around, having a quick peek to see if there's anybody coming close, but they're not going to check behind the boxes just yet. He may just survive. Zeus in the palace as well, but LGB are racking up too many rounds here. NaVi are going to make it very hard for themselves. They're going to have a small window of opportunity on their T side should this continue.
So many players surviving there for LGB. Very devastating stuff. NaVi, look at that money. It's so horrible. It is terrible bad. Terrible bad. So they're going to put in just a bit of a buy here and there just to even up the money a little bit, get themselves, will stay above 2k, so they can get the buy going in the following round. We are going to see LGB just going super fast into middle again. They know they have a huge advantage with these rifles. They know the buy sucks for NaVi. And then they go, they are really showing no fear and giving no respect to NaVi, and they are really packing a punch at the moment. We're seeing an LGB that's still strong on their T sides, but more confident and more consistent on their duels, basically. Their aggressive aim style is starting to come into play more as a focus than it used to be in the Zevis days.
NaVi opting for the double AWPs now. Edward picking up the second. Let's see if this can make a difference. We are into the dying rounds of the first half. Only 2 remaining for them to try and make this a more reasonable, more respectable CT score. Look at the creep there. He's on the A slope. Flamey going to go down straight away. Zeus getting traded. More trades. Guardian taking down Polly after he kills Zeus. 3 versus 3. 2 players heavily tagged here for LGB. But with 2 AWPs from NaVi, they need to fight. They need to shoot first to find these frags. Bomb is going to get planted for short. In fact, oh, Guardian's missed the shot, and he's going to get him before the bomb gets planted. Now LGB in a sticky situation indeed. Their legs are knee-deep in treacle. Can they come out with a W here?
And Edward's on the angle as well as Guardian, both with AWPs. So that bomb should be unrecoverable at this point. And they are going to try to peek onto the angle. There it is. Edward going to relieve reign of his life as Rubino wins his one-on-one. So he's got 2 players to find now, 50 seconds. But that bomb, look at it, just sitting there precariously in the most dangerous of positions, covered by a double peek on the AWPs. And that's just not going to happen. You can see him using the boxes to try to cut off one of the angles, but it's just too difficult. And NaVi going to pick up a round, and they really need the remainder. But that said, you know, we've seen some really strong T sides from NaVi on their Mirage games as well. And just generally speaking, the meta has shifted massively in favor of T rounds recently. So it's quite interesting. And, well, we'll have to see if Guardian can start things off well for his team here.
Okay, he's looking for the first frag in the mid area. NaVi desperate for the 6-9 scoreline. How much damage can that nade do? Oh, just a little bit too early there, but he knows, he senses something. This is a different angle actually from LGB, and they're going to find a frag onto Guardian. That's the big man down, but Zeus is the other big man here for NaVi. He's going to hold on to Connector for the time being. Flamey coming out at the right time. There's one frag, gets traded by Polly. 3 versus 3 once again. In a situation so many times, and LGB have come out on top so many times. Still equal now, 2 versus 2. Bomb rotating through T-spawn, but is it going to make it before C's gets the angle? C's advancing slowly, so he will not see the bomb carrier, but they know it's going to be A.
That they do. That they do. It's been quite a long journey for the bomb, so that's given NaVi some time, but they have now found themselves into position, and Polly is going to make the peak with the AWP. He's already got his aim trained on the Connector, finds himself with 1 kill already. Seized, going down, but now Edward can make the trade. So Rubino, the next man, he gets spotted actually. Edward not really taking any damage there at all, but he's still got to work with the FAMAS against the AK. Gonna go straight for it. Can't find him on the close angle. Knows he can try and bait out Rubino. He's got to go for the peak because he's got to run quite a long way to punish, but he goes for the gamble, doesn't go for the peak. And there it is. He is closer now, and Rubino plays it well. And that will be the end of Edward. 10-5. But NaVi, they're absolutely capable if they pick up the pistol and doing exactly the same, if not more dominant than LGB.
This diffuse dynamic, isn't he diffusing? Well, he wasn't on that case, and that went in LGB's favor. Now, if they win this pistol, then NaVi will be in the most horrible of situations, but they need to win it first. And we've seen what NaVi can do, even when their backs are to the wall in a pistol round. They are all heading towards the B side. Looks like they're playing for doing a contact play. We can see Jacob just going for the peak there. No rotation just yet from LGB. Still 3 people in the mid area. Now they're starting to push, and LGB will be forced to play for the retake.
Easy kills coming NaVi's way. That's going to give them a lot of hope, a lot of chances, but that pop from Rubino is pretty strong. Red Flamey has some of his own though. It is going to be just one man left, Rubino. He's got to make the ace to make this work, but that's it. He is finished by Seized. And NaVi pick up the pistol and give themselves a good chance on actually equalizing here. I mean, they're going to get a lot of momentum from this. They're going to open things up with 2 AKs there. Could probably fill out the rest with like Galil and the Mac 10 extra or something. Okay, three SMGs there for NaVi. And the 2 AKs. So the 2 AKs can be very effective at the biggest of ranges. Let's see how the dynamics work together. They've stacked A, have LGB. So unlucky for them. They will have to play for the exits, as this site is definitely going to be going towards NaVi.
Okay, so Polly with the first frag there, gets traded immediately. That's the B site completely clear. The rotation coming in now. Nobody for NaVi to try and catch the rotation. They do not want to be isolated versus an echoing horde with sharp objects. LGB playing for the retake here. But the thing is, they've got lots of armor, so do they go for the save? It looks like 2 of them are. And Rain will just be in situ to make sure that NaVi aren't trying to hunt from one particular area. So that will give LGB a better idea of where it's safe for them to go for the save.
Nice frag there by Rain, trying to prevent those exits. And they actually had a lot of time to set up on around short if they wanted to get more exits. But it seems like they just wanted to let Rain do the work for them and just have a guaranteed 2 members surviving. And Rain just to pick up frags, and that's exactly what he did. He picked up a couple kills. MP7 was found on him. He's going to toss it to a teammate. And they are so strong on these pistol armor rounds. LGB just have some kind of a second sense for how to get damage out of it, on the CT side especially. But can they do it here? This would be really nice for them to get 3 or 4 frags. Of course, that's obviously really nice. 2 at a minimum to make the investment worthwhile. But we will see. 4 men again towards A for LGB. As Zeus goes in for the entries. And NaVi, they got that bomb ready to push into the B-bomb site. And there's only 1 man there for LGB. So let's see how this goes. Zeus going to open things up. Going to take all the frags there with Flamey's help. So, well, they've cleared out the stack, and it's pretty simple from here on out.
It's an interesting pop flash from Rain in the shadow area. Normally people are standing opposite, throwing the pop flashes into the palace, whereas he chose to do the other way around and throw the pop flash onto a slope instead for his teammates to peek. 2-round advantage now for LGB, and finally they get another buy. But can they hold? NaVi very quickly catching up with the score. Let's look at the layout here from NaVi. Possibly a default from them. 1 towards A2 mid, 1 B apps, and presumably 1 underpass. Indeed, that is where he is going. So it's a common default you see from a number of teams. Versus Pro, you use this quite often as well. Sometimes the A player is in Palace. Often you can find Taz there. Edward getting the first frag onto Rubino, which will open up connector for the T's. You can see they've got somebody in there already. I think that's Zeus. Jake is in the ladder area. Has been flashed. Cannot mount the defense. LGB playing the information game, but there's only 2 of them left. Polly's and CPL. And there's not a lot they can do now in this situation. PRB getting 1 frag onto Edward, but there's 4 more to find as the bomb gets planted onto the A side.
Yeah, pretty simple round from NaVi. They had the bomb kind of just in between A and B, ready to make the call on which to push based on the action of the round. And with that connector pick, it was pretty simple to say, hey, let's bring about the A push as we have a man in connector. We had a picking connector as well. Let's get it going. And that's exactly what they did. They didn't lose more than one guy. Edward actually did amazing damage on the short area. The way that he was pushing was very, very scary. He brought so much presence there. And if Edward continues with strong short plays in that way, and LGB don't take a stronger grip of middle, I could see NaVi really just locking LGB out of the match. And they've now put them onto another eco. So LGB, I feel like on their buy rounds, they got to reestablish or got to make it harder for NaVi to take middle.
Okay, so we are 2/3 of the way into all the possible normal time rounds. Again, LGB just with the 1 player towards B site. Very aggressive positioning on A. They've got the pop flashes coming in, but that one did not go to plan. A bit too short there, pop flashing their own players. That will limit how quickly they can get the information. Jake, though, finding the first frag, not being able to pick up a weapon. Sees, will find the spray down. We wonder if they will try and remove that weapon from the area. So, NaVi pushing towards the A site now, and they are falling. It's LGB with the advantage, as it's NaVi who have to try and force their way onto the site. 1-man disadvantage. Polly's picked up the AK as well. Seem to realize that Edward is in the shop. He's only got 4 HP and a Mac 10. That's not going to be enough to take down Polly. 3 versus 1 now. Seized at least has the bomb. But he's going to have to try and position himself to get the 1v1s here.
I think, yeah, he's got lots of time. He can actually just wait, and by doing so, force LGB to either take a gamble or split up very much across the map. And so far, you know, he's done just that. They can't really go for the trades. He's going to be able to get one-on-ones now. He's created that situation. There's the first peek, though. Polly already had his crosshair placed on the angle firmly and takes the frag easily. And LGB now 11-9 as we go into a round where NaVi is starting to pull from the immense coffers that they had built up. So lots of money spent by them there, putting the AWP onto Guardian. Now, LGB, can they bring about some control in this? Because you know, we're getting late into the match now. 21 rounds have been played, or are being played right now. The 21st round, that is. And this is one of those points where the economy can really start to have a massive impact. And we'll have to see if Guardian, with this boost, it might be over the smoke. No, there's no smoke there actually, but he's able to deal with the player peeking connector from both angles. But there is no one to peek there just yet. NaVi with a slow take of middle, slowly but surely. And we've seen that this has gone to their advantage in previous rounds, especially when Edward gets up on short.
Bomb still in T-spawn at the moment. Could go either way, but with the control they have over mid, they're going to try and get an opening into connector. You saw that aggressive smoke. That goes onto the CT side of connector, which basically gives NaVi control of connector. Makes it very hard for the CTs to defend. A bit of team damage there. LGB looking a little bit nervous. You can see Flamey. Ooh, does that actually work? Worth testing later, but while that's going on, Zeus will find the frag onto Rubino again. That smoke gives them the connector area for free. It's very hard to defend for the CTs once that comes in. Maybe something worth double nading. So this is a clean entry onto the A site so far. Edward looking for the rotations. We'll take down Jake as well. Only Polly and the AWP to try and save, and he's got nowhere to go as Edward is behind.
So in that round, there was a very simple problem for LGB, and I mean, we can see that it was the best round for NaVi to lose. I mean, you know, winning back immediately. But the fact that, again, Edward got into short for free. He got into ladder room for free. He got into CPL for free. And then he backstabbed the crap out of them. And that completely destabilized their A defense. And for them to be giving up middle, and especially short so easily, seemingly is very problematic. And Edward now, he's taken the liberty of picking up an AWP, and he started already the fragging. But they are against pistols at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, with 2 orbs, LGB have a small window of opportunity to make things very difficult for NaVi, but 3 of them have gone down already. The remaining 2 are in the same place, getting tapped down by C's. He has backup from Edward, who is just relentless at the moment, just charging with the Tech 9. And that's going to be that. NaVi even things up, and they are looking completely unstoppable at the moment. I would like to have a quick peek at the scoreboard to see how these rounds have gone so far. Only 1 round won for LGB. in the second half.
Yeah, and you can see the Guardian's not really been able to do all that much. Yeah, a lot of it's been on Edward and how aggressive he's playing into the pushes and also the taking of different areas of map control, particularly, again, short. He's been very prevalent there. But we're going to see him going for that peek down onto Underpass. And now LGB, again, they haven't really been aggressive all that much on middle at all. So, again, it's going to be a free mid for them. It's a pistol armor buyout from LGB because they had to double save and that money bonus is that they're playing in a way that they can try to give themselves every chance to win rounds while still being economical or economic. But we do have now this peek from Edward. We saw that other angle on the other side, which I don't see so commonly. That caught NaVi off guard, but this is the standard one. As NaVi do just wait for something to happen. And there it is, finally a peek. Flamey finds 2 players off of that, and that's the cue to go in. All the frags streaming in now, until there's only 2 pistoling players left for LGB. Oh dear, we lost PRB as well.
PRB has left the building. Only Jake remains. Close the door on your way out, son. He has a 5-7 and some armor, and that armor is worth saving, so he's just going to do a little dance on the B bomb site. But I think the search is on from NaVi.
I mean, they don't have to. There's like no real reason to like go and hunt him down. I mean, it depends on their money, but actually, I guess we check their money really quickly.
Lots.
Yeah, they got loads of cash, so they can afford to do it. But the edge they gain for doing it versus the risk
With
losing,
two
like,
ops, it's hard to hunt.
yeah, I mean, I don't think it's really worth it. But that said, lots of teams will do it in this situation just because they want to get the kills on the board. But yeah, slowing with Tech 9 armor, it's not really impactful. Feels like an AWP or something, then they 100% have to hunt him down. But 12-11 the score, NaVi taking a lead. Double AWP still in play for them. And LGB, after having to double eco essentially, are now back in the game with a buy. And the problem for them is that they have no AWP and they're up against 2, so they have to play very passively and they can't easily challenge a lot of particular angles. And that's what NaVi had to exploit early on into the round.
Okay, so LGB quite spread out at the moment, trying to figure out what the plan is from the NaVi side. You can see Jake in the ladder room just trying to mount an offense. He's expecting someone to be underpass, and if they peek or get anywhere near CPL, he wants to be able to fire a shot at them. Edward has made his presence known in the underpass area, although Jake now watching mid. Oh, but look at that. Just a smidgen scene, and Guardian, that's all he requires to take him down. So that position not really working out for LGB at the moment. Polly in control of Connector for now, traded by Zeus though, and now Rubino's got to watch his back.
But they are able to get the frags back in some of these spots towards A slope and Connectors, so not looking too bad. But in comes Seas. Can he tap him down? He will get the head of Rubino, and he'll cut it clean off with the 8K. NaVi taking big advantages now. Zeus on to PRB, leaving Rain alone on the A bomb site, and that is where they're going to assault. So Rain, if he can come out with some good use of this cover and some quick headshots to open things up, he gives himself a chance in this one. But he's got to be fast, he's got to be quick. And there it is, the first frag will go his way. They spotted him, and Edward gets the nice little flick there. Nice little adjustment on the AWP. And that's another round for NaVi. And another eco for LGB. They can afford a few pistols, but that's more or less all they can really do. I would very much doubt we'll see a proper buy from them, yeah.
I think in that situation, some people would have just run with the bomb to the opposing bomb site. But there is value in the fact that they know where the player is right there and then. So definitely worth considering taking him out while they know where he is, rather than running to the opposing bomb site and having no idea where he could be. First frag going in the favor of the LGB side. Rain picking up an AK to boot. Let's see if he can do any more damage with it. They're all rotating a safe for one towards the A bomb site, but it's NaVi finding the frags.
Really good timing for Flamey to peek in, as Guardian was also making a wider peek to get the opener onto the bomb site, so the trades would be impossible. NaVi charging on in, Flamey picking up all the kills, and they are looking fairly clean at the moment. Just Flamey with some blood on his nose, but he will survive regardless. And NaVi move themselves very close now to match point, and LGB are in a lot of trouble They are going to have the AWP on Poly, but can he get the better of Guardian? If Guardian is to be challenging him, where is Poly going to go? Is he going to go to mid? Looks like they've got loads of players going to mid, so they want a big mid challenge at the start of the round. And we do have Gedwood. He's fast on mid as well, but he's slowed his roll. He's playing passively now. But there's Rain looking for that aggression, but it's not to be found.
So NaVi expecting some aggression, some desperation from LGB. LGB holding steadfastly, but finally trying to mount a significant defense of mid. They will still fall to Zeus though, Rain going down first. Still got Jake and a teammate in the short area, which is Poly with the AWP. But he gets flashed, misses the shot. Nice bait there from NaVi. Oh, he gets tagged through the wall in a follow-up grenade. NaVi just looking unstoppable. Monster truck running over a toy car at the moment. One-man disadvantage for LGB as they try to defend two sites with no vision of where the bomb might be.
Wow, nice shot there from Seized. And JChem is going to go down. So things looking really good for NaVi to bring it to match point at the moment, as Rubino and PRB are very low, but they are picking up the kills. They've made it a 2-on-2. They've made it possible. Here is PRB there over towards B, and that bomb is actually down in apartments. I don't know if they got any idea, the CTs that is, but it's not going to matter all that much. Flamey will find PRB quickly, and that might encourage the bomb to go towards B. There's no time though, actually. This will be close actually on the plant. He's going to have a couple seconds to spare. No time to mess around though, as he is going to get the bomb planted. And I think the last player has been spotted there. Rubino made his presence known. Has the AWP now. And we've got a player boosted into the side. It's a nice position. Rubino, what can he do with the 20 health that he's got remaining at the moment as he tries to peek and find an angle? But these guys, they are just holding. Look at the discipline there. Not going to peek until it's absolutely necessary. There it is. Edward takes the kill, and match point now for NaVi.
Okay, so let's see what LGB have to fight with in what could be the last round of this match. Seeing two FAMASs, two M4s, and a third FAMAS onto PRB. So it's the last stand here, potentially, for LGB. 3 smokes in the bag, 2 flashbangs, and 1 HE grenade. Not much else going on in the inventory of the Norwegian side.
Bit of firefighting going on towards T-Slope at the start. Flaming. Very dangerous game to be played, and Rubino's low. I think a nade was chucked in, but it doesn't find Rubino. And we've got JChem pushing short. This is a nice position. Snap the head off of Edward. And that's going to be very awesome here from LGB. They've taken control of middle. Rubino's won a duel against Zeus. They're on Palace. And so NaVi's kind of split and pick style has not worked out for them. Can Flamey do something here and there? Oh, almost adjusting with the spray to get the second player, but it's going to be a 2-on-3 in favor of LGB for now. Yeah,
they are on the line being hung out to dry, but it's not over yet. Rain with the one-tap through the smoke onto Guardian. Based on the trajectory of the nade, surely. Very nice estimate indeed. Just shows that he plays the game far too much. So, Seized versus 2 now. Make that one. PRB goes down. Had an important flank, but didn't make it.
Time is really becoming an issue here. He needs to actually not have to rush himself, so he needs to go directly to the side. Oh no, Rubino's right up behind him. Great position there. Rubino going to finish him off and give LGB a chance to reach the overtime. But there's loads of money for NaVi. They are never going to be on the eco. They are never going to be on the eco now. So LGB, without being able to get any free rounds, have to not only win this round, but they've got to win it relatively cleanly because they don't have any money to play with. So they could find themselves in a very precarious position. And NaVi, they're 1 round away from qualifying for Faceit League. Oh, this is going quite well for them. 2 quick kills on the opening. Bomb down on short though.
Right, so LGB in a pretty horrible situation here. And only 2 of them left, the Mag 7 and the FAMAS. You cannot favor them for this. PRB lacking range with that thing, and he's not going to get the player in connector. Flamey will take him out from the Palace. They're on the ropes. JK's position has been known. Oh, I guess made down to 18 HP. This is a slow death. Death by paper cut, Stan. And it hurts.
Oh dear. JKM, 18 health. Here he goes with the FAMAS. Gonna hit the bomb get planted. And there goes the precautionary HE grenade. But that's gonna be it. NaVi, they call